Sounds good. So the teams have met for their traditional handshake before we begin play and ready to face off at midfield and get this underway.
Let's get it going here. Looks like Bedford is starting out with the long pole right on the face-off, trying to get the face-off.
Yeah, Will Leonard has come up and helped with the face-off duties. Bedford gets possession here on the ground ball. That's Andrew Twite down to our attackman here, Alex Troyer.
Alex Troyer trying to take the ball around, trying to move it around the horn here. Looks like Ryan Toscano is up there trying to get the ball. See what happens. It's a good move there by number 9.
We have a save by Ozaria.
That's Jonathan Giroux. Good save.
Into transition, we have Derek Bosworth getting over midfield line and trying to advance it into the box.
He's looking for help right
now.
now.
Step it in. Set the clock.
Got it over to number 12, Spencer Dean. He's got to get it back into the box here, I think. No, I'm sorry. The count is already off here. So they're going to try to get into their offense here. That's number 8, Zach Gibbons with the ball here. Going against number 40, Jack Rogan.
We had a little off-ball cut there by Eli Lum across the middle there, just above the crease. They couldn't connect on the pass, and unfortunately that's a turnover for Salem. So Quinn Hutchins picks it up, legs it up, finds Will Enners in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he had a fire underneath him there. Definitely working on that transition, as I stated before.
Good check there, though. Ball's on the ground. Oh, we're going to have a push from behind.
Yeah, push from behind. Number 20, Derek Bosworth with the push for the Blue Devils. Taking it up is number 6, Ryan Toscano.
And they step it in and ready to build their offense here. So we're going to see a lot of dodging from the midfield here, specifically with Toscano. I think Giroux will get into that. And there we have the first goal of the game.
Nice goal. Very well done. Good take from the top.
Left-handed drive, went back to his right hand and went high to high and was able to slip it in right above Josh Ozaria's head for a 1-0 lead at the 9:59 mark here in the first quarter. So Bedford takes the early lead.
Didn't look they had a very good one slide on that, Corey. Did you think?
You know, I agree with you. You know, when you see them setting it up from the top there, you're getting a downhill dodger. You're probably going to want to set your first slide to go pretty early and get your second and thirds all set to go. And if they're going to concentrate on those offensive plays from the midfield, you're going to get that slide early on in the defensive call.
Looks like we have a stepping on the stick by number 13 on the Blue Devils. That's Kyle Quitnett. And looks like we are getting... Oh, I'm very sorry about that. That is actually, that's on the Bedford Bulldogs. It's going to be a Salem Blue Devil ball. We got number 10 with the ball, number 5 with the ball, and number 19, Joseph Calabres.
And we have a pick with Quinn Hutchins stepping in nicely and picking that pass off. Into transition to Jack Grogan, and up the sideline back to Toscano, who's going to leg it out, step it into the box, and keep going if he can. Now he gets it back to our Bedford attack with Dennis Kochanek.
Well, let's go look in the middle to number 16, Alex Troyer. Couldn't handle that one. We got number 24 with the ball here, Max Mananillo. Looks like he's going to take the ball here. Good dodge down the left-hand side. Got to move it.
Now, Hubie, we'll see if they start to get that first slide a little quicker here, if they start to make a couple of moves in the midfield.
Toscano's got it, going back to his right hand. Bedford ball again. Number 16 is going to start out with it, Alex Troyer. He's going to take it to the left-hand side. That's a good check there by number 29, Jared White, for the Blue Devils, getting the ball up the field.
Looked like Troyer just hung his stick out there a little bit too high and wide and allowed that over-the-head check by White.
He hung that laundry out. You got to keep it in there.
Tuck it close to your chest, right?
Yeah, number 10, Paul Antonetti with the ball here, giving it to number 12, Spencer Dean. Dean's got the ball, going down the right-hand side. Checked by the Bedford Bulldogs. Number 13 is grabbing the ball to 33. Back to number 1, the goalie. We got Matthew Fox trying to run the field here. Number 23 with the ball. Quinn Hutchins trying to look for someone. Number 5 getting down.
It's Andrew Twite getting it to the midfield. Now steps into the box. He's going to settle it.
It's good safe play. Very good safe play.
Take off for the sideline to get the offensive midfielders in.
Got to get some minis out there.
So we have Lucas Coder down to the attackman, Dennis Kochanik, and behind the net over to Alex Troyer, who's going to send it back up to Toscano and over again to DeJourou.
It's a great opportunity for them to take it down the alley here. Maybe move it around through X. Oh, that's a good shot there.
Now you saw a quicker slide there, Hubie. Number 9 from Salem, Dan Johnston, was able to step out a little bit quicker on that midfield dodge.
Yeah, it looks like they're learning from their mistakes from the first goal there, Corey. Looks like they're trying to figure out, whether or not they can slide earlier and often. But maybe they should just be moving the ball through X and maybe trying to redodge. That's a good goal.
So you had the long pole, Tyler Pratt, overplaying Toscano's left hand, and Toscano said, you know what, I'm going to go to my right and score on you anyway. So that's Toscano's second on the day. Bedford takes a 2-0 lead at 6:57 in the first quarter. So the slide had come a little bit earlier on the previous dodge from midfield, but then it looked a little slow again there.
Again, I think if they can move the ball through X, I think that causes some confusion on the Blue Devils side. I think it allows Toscano to easily dodge down the right-hand side, whichever stick there or whichever hand he wants to go to. Oh, that's a good tilt there in the beginning. Got number 32, Alex Bleakley with the ground ball. Going to number 20, Dennis Kochenik.
Did a good job of gaining possession there on the face-offs. As you know, face-offs are key to the momentum of the game.
So important.
Back to Toscano, comes back to his right, and then gets quickly double-teamed. I think they're learning their lesson. The Salem team with Derek Bosworth came over pretty quickly when Toscano was rolling back to his right hand.
Got Manillo with the ball now, moving it through X, through Ryan Toscano. I'm sorry, through number...
It's Alex Troyer, I believe.
Alex Troyer, correct.
Looks all the way across.
Errant pass by...
See if, oh, good keep, good keep.
Very nice save, my number 24, Max Manillo. Going to try a dodge on the right-hand side here. Going through X.
Looking for a little pick and roll action.
Yeah, looking for a little bit pick and roll. I'm trying to move that a little bit more. Oh, he tries to force it a little bit up to Toscano. Let's see if he can make them pay for the mistakes of being too far down. Oh, yeah, they can make it back.
Slipped at 5-hole there with Toscano. Has a great shot on his right-hand dodge. Got a bouncer that, unfortunately, Josh Osoria couldn't keep up with.
What happens there, Corey, is that sometimes when you're moving the ball through X, sometimes the defense kind of gets a little too wrapped up around the axle, looking at behind the net, and sometimes the people up front, midfielders up top, they get some free time. So that's exactly what Toscano did, and he was able to make them pay.
So 3-0 here, pretty quick. Bedford is out of the gates early in the first quarter here. Back to the face-off, and Bleakley's able to win another.
Seems like Bedford is really taking control of the face-offs here. Going on to number 12, Luke Barreto. Moving him up to number 9, Jonathan Giroux.
Bedford's going to settle down here and get their offensive players back on the field. Looks like they're playing a 2-3-1. So another dodge from the top. They're getting the midfielders to clear out, back behind, and swing it around the other side. Wow, that's a nice stinger.
That's a nice stinger.
Top left corner, number 9, Jonathan Giroux.
He's got rope.
Nice crank. He went low to high there and was really able to pick the corner. That's a tough one to catch up to by Joshua Zoria.
I think they moved the ball really well there, Corey. I think they went around the horn pretty quickly, and they were able to get some separation, and Giroux could definitely put it home there.
Nice play there, and you're going to have a Salem timeout. They're going to try to regroup here. It's been a barrage of goals from the Bedford offense. I'm sure that the coach is going to try to settle them down here and see if Coach Ouellette can regroup with his defensive team, maybe get some different slide packages together. Maybe they'll come out in a zone defense. We'll have to see what happens here after this reset here by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, it's a quick 4-0 run here, and I definitely think if I was in the position of the coach for Salem, I would definitely tell my team to settle down here. Need to get some 50-50 balls for the face-offs, try to get some sort of possession going on here. It seems like Bedford gets possession and they end up scoring every time, so it's very important to get those 50-50 ground balls.
Now, Hubie, with the 50-50 situation, tell our viewers at home what you mean by that, the 50-50 ball.
Well, I mean that on the face-off, and there's times here it looks like sometimes the Bedford offense is coming out with a long stick against number 13 for the Blue Devils, and all I'm really trying to convey is the fact that if you can actually get the ball on the ground for all the midfielders to try to get, that's a 50-50 ground ball. Sometimes with the face-offs, you can get it into a very more dominated one-on-one situation, but you have 6 individuals trying to get the ball, so that's where I'm talking about the 50-50 ground ball. It looks like Salem actually did that, exactly what I was explaining here. It looks like number 12 has the ball, and ball down real quick, trying to regain possession here. That's number 12, Spencer Dean. Here's a 50-50 ground ball perfectly.
Ball out of bounds on Bedford. It's going to go to Salem here. And Paul Antonietti is going to bring it in from the goalie's top right. Bedford sets their defense. It looks like the Salem Blue Devils are playing a circle offense here. What are you going to look for in a circle offense, Hubie?
Yeah, I really think Salem needs to get the ball around the horn here. Circle offense, you're just trying to create some momentum, create some moment. Trying to get it again. Ooh, that's a pretty wild pass there. Back to number 10. You're just looking to get some movement here. Looking to try to get a one-on-one situation. Good matchups. Looks like we got number 17 that's coming around the horn.
Nice save by the goalie, Matthew Fox.
By Matthew Fox. Great save.
Stood tall, held his pipe, and was able to stuff him up top. Out to Quinn Hutchins, who's able to leg it into the midfield over to Twite and get a clear.
Hutchins got some legs, huh? Wow.
He does, absolutely. From what I understand, he's one of the star hockey players that was able to help the Bedford team win the state championship this year.
Ball's up top here with number 9, Jonathan Giroux. Looks like he's going to try to dodge down the side. He's taking it down the right-hand side. So he's going to go right through X.
Slide came a little quicker that time. They're going to pressure down at X.
Very quick.
And they force a turnover.
Pass.
So ball sails out of bounds. Salem's going to pick it up. And that's Derek Bosworth picking it up and getting it quickly to his long stick teammate Hunter Day. And down to Eli Lum. So Salem's back in the offensive end after a pair of turnovers. And we'll see if Paul Antonietti and his teammates are able to solve the Bedford defense.
Yeah, going back to what you were asking there, Corey, I think with circle offense, it's really imperative for you have at least one guy to try to take his man. It looks like number 17 is doing that right now. Number 17 with a shot, that's Michael Ferentz. Tried to take his man. Very good dodge. Ferentz is putting it up to number 8, which is Zach Gibbons, off to number 10, Paul Antonietti. Paul Antonietti with the ball, trying to take his man. Off to number 8, Zach Gibbons. Gibbons with the ball now.
Hubie, I understand we're having some audio difficulties on the streaming of the game here. Our TV is doing fine, but we apologize for those audio difficulties. Bear with us. We are working on it.
Pass to the middle.
What'd you have there? Hubie, I missed that one.
That was a pass in the middle to Zach Gibbons. Unfortunately, he couldn't handle that one. But looks like Bedford's trying to clear here, but we just need a pretty good ride here from the Salem Blue Devils. Looks like they're trying to do a little press here. Number 3, Jackson Burns couldn't make the stop. Going off to number 12 for the Bedford Bulldogs, that's Luke Barretto. Back up to number 9, Jonathan Giroux. Giroux with the ball now, trying to go through the side, dodging.
Little pick play. Nice right-handed ripper. Beats Osario high again, so nice goal by Giroux.
Very nicely done on the Giroux. He didn't change planes, although he brought enough heat, in which case I think number 35, Joshua Azuria, could not see the ball. Very nicely. Good goal here for the Bedford Bulldogs. Score is 5-0. We got 1:08 left here in the first quarter. Bedford Bulldogs are up.
That's a tough one for the goalie in that case because, Giroux is on his right-hand drive. He's moving. He's ripping really hard, so it's coming from a moving object, and obviously those shots are coming in very quickly at the goalie. So that's a tough one for him to catch up to. Even though he didn't change planes, he still went high to high. It's a tough one. We're going to have kicking through the cross here on Bedford, so it's going to be Salem ball with just about a minute left here in the first quarter. As you said, 5-0 Bedford.
Again, that last goal for Bedford, I think that it was really important that Bedford actually took advantage of the fact that Salem was not fully into their defensive stance right now. They were trying to get them on the throughout transition, and again, that's one of the things that Bedford will do to win this game here. It's all about transition game.
You see Bedford here out pretty hard on their hands, but we're going to get a slash call. The referee thought Quinn Hutchins got a little out of control with his stick, and we're likely going to have a 1-minute slashing penalty. So Salem's going to see if they can take advantage of this delayed penalty situation.
Yep, first laundry on the field here against the Bedford Bulldogs. Looks like number 17, Michael Ferenc.
Looked to make a dish there. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on the pass. Ball goes out of bounds, but as I mentioned, we're going to have a penalty on Quinn Hutchins. So Salem will go on the man up. It'd be great if we had some statistics on their man up for this year. Do you know what set they might go to, who their leading scorer would be? So might want to look for that, considering most of them look like they're right-handed. So probably going to have a right-handed crank shot play to set up somebody over here on the near side of the field.
Yeah, we'll see, Corey. I mean, typical EMO is going to go, it's called a 3-3, so that means 3 midfielders up top and 3 attackmen right on the goal line extended. And they're going to try to maintain and try to beat that zone there. Usually on the defensive side, when you're on a man down, you try to build in as much as possible to get as close to the crease as possible.
So the close of the first quarter here, Hubie, with the man-up situation, Salem retains possession. So we're going to go into the second quarter, them attacking the goal to our right with the ball in their possession. As you know, in lacrosse, if there's a man-up or man-down situation, the team with the ball at the end of the quarter will retain possession instead of going back to the face-off X. So, yeah, we'll look for that 3-3. What do you normally try to do in that man-up with 3-3?
Yeah, usually 3-3. Again, you're trying to look for skip passes. You're trying to look for the extra man. You're trying to look for the extra pass here. So I mean, again, it's 5-on-6, so there's always one person open. But matter of fact, you just need to figure out where is the skip pass. So that's really the key there. So again, it's 5-0 here going into the second quarter. That first quarter was pretty much dominated by the Bulldogs of Bedford. We're just looking for perhaps some more action here on the Blue Devils side, but they are EMO, so extra man opportunity going into the second quarter, and let's see what happens.
So we'll see how Bedford approaches this man down situation too. Do they try to string with the 3-3? We'll see if they get into a 5-man rotation. Or maybe lock off the crease and 4-man rotation. We'll see how they approach it as well.
Yeah, Corey, talked about that the locking off the crease guy a little bit more. Looks like number 19, Joseph Calabrese, he's the crease guy. What do you want to do on the defensive end here?
Yeah, sure. We see Jack Grogan here, number 40. He's going to try to stay as closely as possible, and then you're going to put your 4 long sticks around the outside to see if you can get into the offensive player's hands. Hopefully bat a shot or a stick. We have a nice
shot.
shot
There. Number 10, Paul Antonetti. Great shot right there. As I said, Corey, before, they're looking for that skip pass, and it looked like number 14 went to number 10, pretty much skipped it around. And that's what you're looking for, because it gets the goalie out of position, and gets all of your defensive players out of position, which is really the goal of what you want to do on the EMO side, so extra man opportunity side. So now the score is 5-1, 11:45 here in the second quarter. The Bulldogs are up 5, Salem Blue Devils 1.
Yeah, Salem did a nice job to get back to Antonietti for a right-handed crank. Had time and space there and was able to pick off that offside on Fox. Was able to sneak it by that offside hip. Nice
We've
job.
got a good ground ball situation here between we got the laundry out back on the field.
Ooh.
Looks like number 33 got checked, so that's William Enners. I'm sorry.
Enners.
There
you go.
Enners, there it is.
Was able to get the ground ball like a Hoover vacuum, pick it up.
Definitely important.
Was aggressive to the goal and drew the penalty.
Yeah, so going back to where we were talking about that 50-50 ground ball, I mean, exactly what Enners did. That's exactly what you want out of a coach or out of any sort of lacrosse player as a coach. You want to make sure that person's going out for your players going out for that ground ball. It's so important, so crucial for the game of lacrosse. Whoever wins the ground ball war is going to win the game usually.
So Bedford starts in her 2-3-1. Look for 3 or 4 passes, and then they're likely going to rotate out of this into another set, or maybe set up another play here. Let's see what happens. Spinning around the outside, Toscano pops off the crease. They're still going to lock him.
Yeah, it looks like Bedford's doing a little bit of the wheel action going around. So the wheel action is, you got the midfielders coming up, and they're going back down to the attackman.
Nice
Great.
shot.
He's got rope. Number 9, Jonathan Giroux with the absolute stickler. Top corner against number 35, Joshua Azaria.
Number 9, Jonathan Giroux. From number 20, Dennis Kochnak.
It's a nice goal again, time and space with his right hand. Giroux was able to ping that upper 90.
Salem Hit that bar down right there.
Salem defense
Really
is
nice.
getting peppered right now. So 6-1, 10:59 left in the second. We're going to have a push on Bedford at the face-off, and Salem's going to gain possession. So Spencer Dean is going to look to get the Salem offense back on track here. So 3 goals in a row by Toscano, 3 goals in a row by Giroux, and we're at a 6-1 Bedford lead. So
Got a nice take here by number 17, Michael Ferenc. He's moving it through, up to number 10, Paul Antonia.
he's trying to get a one-on-one ISO going here, but decides to dish it off over to Spencer Dean. Then they go to X to Calabrese. Checked there by Logan Jernak. And then back up top.
Skip pass, number 10. Seems like the Salem Blue Devils need to do a little bit more about passing without trying to dodge themselves.
It's a good little 2-man game behind the net there.
Two-man
So
game.
see if they get into a pick and roll. Or here you go.
Number 19, Joseph Cabrice with the ball here. Passing into number 5, Eli Loom.
So
Puts it
back
to
up
number
to
17, Michael Ferenc. Ferenc, the dodge. The pass.
time and space shot from Spencer Dean. Misses the cage, but they're there to back it up. So Joe Calabrese is going to come in from goalie's back left. Again, Yernak on the defense back there. Right-handed drive. He's about goal line extended. Maybe look for some off-ball cutting here or backside picks. Hubie, what does the Salem offense need to look for?
Yeah, there's a lot of standing around here, Corey. So I really feel like there needs to be a little bit more movement down low Needs to be a little bit more cutting, maybe some picking happening. There's just a lot of standing around.
Give credit too to the. So we had a
That's a
ward
goal.
off here.
It's a
So
ward.
unfortunately, the goal's not going to count.
Can't count.
Referee considered that looked like Michael Ferentz was warding off with his offhand, pushing the defense out of the way. We know that that's not acceptable in lacrosse play. So Bedford's going to try to clear the ball. Now this is something they've had trouble with earlier in the season, is this reverse right here. They're getting back to the opposite side when the ride is strong. And unfortunately, we're going to have a throwaway
right
here,
there.
a turnover. And this is going to be a failed clear. So we're going to have Jared White for Salem pick it up, try to clear out from the Salem end.
I guess you could chalk that up, Corey, to a pretty good ride. The fact that they gave enough pressure to the defense to make an errant throw right there.
Sure.
It's an errant throw on the Blue Devils side.
Give it
Looks like
right
another
back.
turnover. So that's going through.
Ball's still down. Now Hubie, is the slick condition or the rain all day, do you think is that contributing to
I
some of
definitely
the
think
sloppy play?
that's a contributing factor here. Looks like there's a little bit of slickness to the ball. There's a little slickness to the field here. But definitely something that we should be able to maintain as far as preparing for the game. Looks like number 6, Toscano's got the ball, dodging down the right-hand side.
And Osoria makes a nice save up high. Toscano went high to high, and Osoria's catching up to him now. And they're able to clear it out to Ferentz. Who's making an aggressive move. Good check, though. But we're
Great
going to get a
check.
hold here. Yeah, loose ball hold on Quinn Hutchins, so it's going to stay with Salem.
Great check there on Hutchins, but he definitely let Ferentz really have the ball there. I think there should be a little bit more of a defensive play trying to get that ball across the field.
Oh, it looks like we're going to have another flag. So flag down here. Seemed like we might have had a slash on a cutting attackman.
Got some more laundry here on the field. That is now the 3rd penalty on the Bedford Bulldogs.
Good drive by Ferentz and a nice
It's
save
a great
there
save.
by Fox.
Great save by Fox. But
So-
I like the good high to low shot there by number 17, Michael Ferentz. Great high to low. I think that's a good percentage shot. Maybe he could have went top 90, but
So
here's
defenseman number 3, Ryan Fox, is going to go off for a minute for that slash. Andrew Twite picks up the long pole, and we're going to go into a man-down situation for Bedford.
30 MO opportunity here for Salem. Blue Devils now 0-3 on the EMO. We got the ball up top, number 12, Spencer Dean. Going across, number 8, Zach Gibbons.
Oh, good look in the middle for the crease there. Unfortunately,
Shot.
couldn't connect, but Antonetti
Very
picks it
nice.
up and is able to bury.
Right. Nice.
We call that a garbage goal. Still counts the same. So
Antonetti just
6-2.
picked up that garbage right there. Just some loose cans, some gross, disgusting plastic bottles. He just put it right in the back of the goal. It looks like there's some more laundry here onto the field. Perhaps some unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bedford Bulldog side.
Oh, well, although he waved it off.
Oh, he did wave it off. Okay.
Maybe it really did just fall out of his pocket. So 6-2, second quarter, 6:50 to play. And Bedford takes over here. Not sure why we didn't have a face-off there. Did you catch that?
I think it was an errant call on the officials, and I feel like they provided the Bedford Bulldogs with the ball after the errant call.
Okay.
One of those situations where the officials made a whoopsies.
It's my understanding we're back with the stream. The audio is back, so we appreciate your patience for those listening on the live stream on the internet. And our audio has been repaired, so thank you again for your patience.
That's a good take by number 16, Alex Troyer.
But a
Got beat
turnover
up in the
here.
middle. It's a great check by the Blue Devils.
Lucas Coder unfortunately couldn't connect in the middle, and
Got Derek Bosworth with the ball right now. Back to number 17, Michael Ferentz. Ferentz is going to slow this down now. Needs to get his guys on the field.
ooh, good check, but couldn't
Very
get
good
the ball loose. So Quinn Hutchins made a nice over-the-head check, but Ferentz was able to retain the ball. We're back to To Lum behind and back to Ferentz. Now out high to Antonietti. Ooh. Close one there. Right
Good
off the
take there
top
by
left.
number 10. Good take by number 10, Paul Antonetti. That's the difference, Corey, between the high school game and the college games. There's no shot clock, so it's really important to, in these kind of situations when you're down by 4 goals, to slow it down, try to get another goal, 1 goal at a time.
Aggressive defense there by Twite. He's able to get the ball out. A ground ball, some physical play. Some nice man ball there by
Good man
Salem.
ball by number 17, Michael Ferentz.
Ooh, but we're going to have an interference. He picked up the ground ball. Looked like one of his teammates might have been having a moving pick there just off ball.
I don't agree with that, Corey. I think that's really good lacrosse.
So Hutchins picks it up for Bedford. Maybe you'll have to go talk to one of our referees, Tim Lunn, about his decision-making out there.
I'll have to have a conversation with him afterwards.
So Fox clears it from the box, stepping in after his penalty is released, and is able to clear it into the box.
It was a
on the
pretty good
offensive
ride
side.
by the Blue Devils there.
And Bedford's going to take a timeout here and reset. They've had a man-down penalty kill. They want to make sure they get a good offensive set here. Hubie, what do you expect coming out of this timeout?
Well, I think the coach for Bedford's obviously looking at themselves and saying, you know, we've kind of wasted some opportunities here. We've made some really bad choices on some of the penalty on the penalty side. We made some really stupid penalties. I think right now it's really their opportunity to take control of the game. We've got 4:46 left in the second quarter. 6-2 is the score. Bedford Bulldogs definitely can take control of this game. They just need to start getting those 50-50 ground balls and really stop getting themselves out of the penalty box. You know, some of these stupid penalties are really hurting them, and that's really getting the Blue Devils back on the offensive side.
Now, Brian, we talked about the weather earlier and the rain, and you know, obviously the drainage on a turf field like this is going to be nice. But are you expecting the lacrosse heads in the pockets to start bagging out a little bit here as they pick up more and more ground balls?
Yeah, with any time with the soggy weather, you know, your pockets usually bag out a little bit more. Definitely imperative for you to make sure that you understand that you don't have a illegal pocket. All of the refs right here, they're all actually collegiate players, some of the friends of ours here. So they understand that the sticks are going to bag out. So it's really imperative for you as a player to be responsible about that.
Well, and the second effect that might have is some errant passes, too. If it bags out, you might start seeing the passes go into the ground and making it tough for the receiving player. So we're back in action here.
Back in action. Number 24, that is Max Manillo with the ball. Back up to Toscano. Number 6 going to go dodge down the right-hand side. Back down the left-hand side.
He's checked there by Jackson Burns. They swing it.
Moving it for X.
Swing it through X. Back up top. It's good ball movement.
Oh, number 24 missed the ball.
Mishandle, but they're going to get it back on a push from behind on the loose ball.
I don't agree with that one, Corey. I think that was a really good lacrosse play right there. I think number 9 has a chance to be rewarded for his aggressive play. So I think Dan Johnson was doing a great job in defense. But that's just the game of lacrosse right there. Can't argue with the refs. Number 9, Jonathan Giroux with the shot.
Well, Hubie, you and I know with that you can argue with the refs, but it doesn't really get you anywhere, does it?
It doesn't get you anywhere.
They're not going to change their call, and unfortunately the call is what it is. So we're coming from the goalie's back left, driving right with Alex Troyer. Nice inside roll, but the defense makes a nice play there with Bosworth. Played strong on that goal line extended, or GLE. Gets the ball out on the ground, but we're going to have a push, and it's going to go back to Bedford.
Yeah, the goalie for the Blue Devils, Joshua Azaria, needs to get out there and get that ball back into the crease. It's imperative. Situations like that, when a ball goes down right in front of your crease, you need to be able to grab that ball, maintain possession.
Oh, nice check there by 18, Dominic Passy. Gets the ball out on the ground. However, we have a turnover.
Aaron turnover.
Giroux makes a nice pick, left-handed at midfield, steps it back in. They're going to reset their offense.
Get Toscano. Dodging the left-hand side.
Ooh, good check there by...
Great check by number 23.
Well, I think that was 29, Jared White.
29, Jared Wright.
Ball chased out of bounds. and it's going to be blue, so Hunter Day is going to pick it up and try to make that transition.
Tell you what, Corey, the long sticks for the Blue Devils are extremely active, and they're really getting after it for their checks, being very aggressive.
Quinn Hutchins stepped into the passing lane there, got the ball down on the ground, but ooh, we're out of bounds there on the end line. So despite them picking up the ground ball, the Salem Blue Devils unfortunately step out of bounds for a turnover, and now Bedford's on the clear.
Yeah, Joseph Calabrese with the just tiptoeing on the end line here, giving it back to the Bedford Bulldogs. You got number 5, Eli Lum, with the pass over to number 16, Alex Troyer.
So Lucas Coder is going to slow it down here, pass back to Toscano. Nobody's checking him right now.
Toscano's got the green light here, going back to his right hand.
Draws 2 pulls and dumps. So that's Stoughton Bell driving to his right hand. Gets it behind. They're going to spin it, see if they can see Cutters up top, but it's kind of slow right now.
I think Bedford needs to really just move it around the horn a little bit. They need to gain possession, keep possession for a little while. Just get comfortable.
And you and I both know this is a game of runs here. So they're up 4 goals here with 1:46 left in the second quarter. But that can quickly close if Salem goes on a little run here. So that possession time, as you're mentioning, is going to be good if they can settle in, get a good look at the cage, and cash in.
Yeah, they need to be smart about the clock.
We're going to have a ward off here on
Definitely
on
no
Luke
need
Barretto.
the ward. Definitely no need that.
So they're going to try to ride, make it difficult. But Bosworth's able to leg it out and draw a penalty. So we have a slash here on Luke Barretto.
Yeah, can't turn one mistake into 2. That's what my college coach told me. Very important. Can't give the ball away and then get a penalty.
Nice face dodge by Antonietti, but he gets checked on that dodge by Andrew Twite, and the ball goes out of bounds, but we're still going to have that penalty. So Salem goes back to the man up. 6-on-5 situation, and we'll see if they can get another time and space shot.
Yeah, we got 118 here. Bedford Bulldogs 6, Salem Blue Devils 2. We got an extra man opportunity here for the Blue Devils. See what they can do.
Laundry's been cleaned up. We're going to start action back right from the goalie. So we're going to string. So Bedford's going to string this 3-3. So Andrew Twite's going to come out from that crease situation on that nice pass and a nice save.
Great save by number 1, Matthew Fox.
Wow.
Great save.
Ferentz had Eli Lum on the back door, and it looked like it was a certain goal, but you had Fox make a beautiful save getting back and shutting that down, smothering that low shot by Lum.
Bedford was being extremely aggressive there on their defensive end for their man-down defense. And Salem tried to make them pay for it, but looks like the goaltender for Bedford stepped in and absolutely stonewalled number 5, Eli Lum.
So we'll see what happens here at the end of this quarter. 22 seconds left. We're going to see Bedford try to capitalize on this opportunity that Fox has delivered on that nice stonewall on the back door.
Oh, Toscano tries to see the back door here, number 24, Max Manio.
And the time is going to run out of the first half. Bedford got out to a quick lead. 3 goals by Toscano, 3 goals by Giroux. Antonietti was able to score 2 goals to bring Salem back to a 6-2 margin. But it's still a 4-goal lead heading into the halftime here. We'll see what kinds of adjustments both teams make during this time to regroup, gather their breath, gather their thoughts, and we will return to you all in just a few minutes. Start of the third quarter here at Bedford High School, the home of the Bulldogs, taking on Salem Blue Devils. Boys lacrosse action on a beautiful Friday afternoon in May of, 50 degrees?
It's 50 degrees
mist,
and wet.
I'm sorry, 45 degrees and disgustingness. So
Great handle by number 3, Jackson Burns there. Getting on to number 5, Eli Lum, who was stonewalled by number 1, Matthew Fox, earlier in the second quarter. Moving it up to number 7, Alex Weston. See if he can make some production here. Going back to number 5. Looks like they're going to try to dodge from up top here.
Still in that circle offense, you know, obviously, Hubie, that when they get that spread, you're looking for cutters off ball through the middle, that wide open space in the middle of the defense here. Let's see if they can take a couple cutters and hit some passes through the middle.
Yeah, usually, Corey, when they're trying to run a circle offense, it's usually it's dodging and cutting, and I don't see a lot of cutting. I see some dodging, but not a lot of cutting.
So over and back here on the Salem Blue Devils. Bedford's going to pick it up here with Kochanek picking it up.
It's imperative for Salem to get in the hole right now for defense. They need to get back into the hub and spoke situation. They got to get back in the hub to get out to the spokes. Looks like number 6, Toscano, with the ball here for Bedford. Going over to number 8, Lucas. Back over to number 9, Giroux. Come back up top. Looks like Toscano's going to take it. Left hand or right hand. Going down left-hand side. Going through X. Over to number 20, Dennis Kochanek.
Good move, but Osorio makes a nice save, steps up, takes the ball off his thigh, but Salem cannot cover the ground ball.
That was Luke Beretta. Barretto trying to come around the right-hand side. Looks like number 35, Joshua Azaria, did a really good job stonewalling him.
Another good save by Osorio.
Great save.
Kochanek looked into the middle to Barretto, nice cutoff crease. Tried to get it to the offside, but it was to his stick side hip for Osorio, and he's able to make the save there.
Yeah, number 7, Alex Weston, just needs to start running here. He's going to get him for a ward. Looks like there's a ward right there. That's what happens sometimes, Corey, when you don't move your feet. If you don't move your feet and you start to utilize your arms a little bit more, that's when you get called for a ward. That's exactly what number 7 had. Bedford starting the ball out here, trying to get it over midfield. Number 23,
Quinn Hutchins.
Quinn Hutchins with the ball. Coming up to Toscano.
Senior captain Toscano started the game off quite nicely with a quick hat trick in the first quarter, so he's going to settle it down here, get his offense back in shape, get what they want settled, see if they can get on the board here early in the second half.
It's a good slide by number 9 on the Blue Devils side.
Shot wide, Bedford backs it up.
Stan Johnston, that's perfect defense right there. When you got a guy like Toscano that's going to be taking it from up top, left to right, it's really important that you get that good second slide here, which is exactly what number 7, Alex Weston, did.
So Kochanek makes a drive with his left, gets it back to X. Alex Troyer is looking. Nice topside dodge to his right hand, but shoots it high. Bedford backs it up and will keep the ball.
Yeah, I really like how Azario's playing. He's playing outside of his crease. He's really challenging a lot of these shooters. Again, it's only a 6-2 game. There's a lot of game to be played here. 8:52 here on the third quarter. Bedford Bulldogs up 6-2.
Back up to Giroux.
Drew's
Fakes
got it.
right-handed and drives, but we're going to have an illegal screen here, and it's going to be a turnover on Bedford. Let's see if they can get a ride, make it hard for Salem to get out of their own end.
Yeah, Corey, it's really important when you're doing any sort of picking that you stay extremely still. Any one of these referees are going to call you as soon as you make any sort of movement, so it's imperative that you keep yourself extremely still.
Dan Johnston made a good play to get it down into the offensive end, but then gets stripped. Looked like Quinn Hutchins and Will Enners were there on the defensive side. And so Fox will look to clear it out of his end with midfielders making cuts through their own end. Back over here to Jernick, who's going to look up and find Fox. So they're over midfield. Oh, nice grab there by 16 Alex Troyer, who's able to make a nice dangle.
It was a great
Keep
handle
possession.
by Troyer.
Oh, we have a pipe shot off of
Pipe.
Max Maniello.
Coming across midfield here. Looks like a 50-50 ground ball. It's a good battle here. Great ground ball by number 17, Michael Ferentz. Ferentz has it now. He's going to shoot.
Drives left-handed, but Fox makes a nice save. Offside
save by
high,
Fox.
was able to stick him.
Fox saw it all the way. That's what we call a gumball.
They clear it back out. They're still going to need to step it in the box to avoid the transition time, and they're able to do it.
Got number 24 here, Matthew Manillo with the ball going up to Toscano.
7 minutes left here in the third quarter. Bedford settles. There's been no scoring action here in the second half yet.
Toscano with the
But
ball.
Toscano looks to end that and sails one high. Bedford backs it up.
Toscano's a bit outside there, Corey. Just
Toscano's a tough cover because he seems to be able to go right and left from up top. So it makes you, as a defender, makes you really try to take one of those away. See if you can make him go to his offhand. But you've seen he's scored a couple times with his left hand.
Alex Troyer with the question mark right there. Was not top side, wasn't goal side enough. Toscano with the ball now. Going to go down to his right-hand side with the shot.
There's an opportunity that we might see with the stick bagging out a little bit. That was a bounce shot, but it was quite close to the shooter Toscano and went way over the net.
Yeah, that's very true, Corey. You know, going back to what you were asking or beforehand with the what situation your pocket definitely bags out a little bit more, making it a little more difficult for some of the passing and the shooting that you usually have. Sometimes that is a little offset by some of the wetness happening.
Stoughton Bell back up to Toscano. And this is definitely one of those wetness kind of days, as you're mentioning.
Toscano moving up to the top to number 24, Max Manillo. Toscano here on the left-hand side. Going over to Manillo. Oh, ball down.
Good check there by the defensive player.
Great check.
Salem. Number 3, Jackson Burns got it on the ground, and the ball's in transition. Now Eli Lum picks it up and does a great job to avoid 2 Bedford defenders. Transitions, looks for Ferentz on the backside. Unfortunately, they can't connect. Ball out of bounds. It's going to go to Bedford.
That was a great handle by number 5, Eli Lum, for the Blue Devils side. Definitely had a lot of pressure against him. He was able to run around. Fortunately, couldn't connect on that pass there to number 17, Michael Ferentz. Would have definitely been a goal. Bedford moving up the field. Nice clear, easy clear. Bedford back into the offense right now. Going to move it through X. Moving it back up top. Gonna need to settle it down here a little bit, Corey. I think it's imperative. You got 5:03 left here in the third quarter. I think it's important to get a good possession. Maybe get another one on the board. It's a good slide there by number 29, Jared White on the Blue Devils side. He definitely cleaned the clock of number 14, Connor Arbusto.
Arbusto made a nice drive left-handed there, tried to get an underhand shot, and as you mentioned, got cleaned out there on a nice defensive slide. So spinning it back up to Giroux, can't handle there, but Coder is over for the ground ball. 4.5 left here in the third quarter. Quiet on the offensive side here, so back to Krevling. Inside roll, and a nice shot. It looks like it's on the outside of the goal. Outside of the goal.
That was a great move by Krevling, though. Very nice move. Good question mark coming into the outside, coming into the inside here, actually. And definitely used his body as an advantage there.
Good ride there by number 9, Jonathan Giroux, but they're going to call him with the offhand and a push from the behind on the loose ball, so Salem keeps the ball. And they're going to try to settle into their offense. Again, very quiet scoring quarter here. 0 goals in the third quarter so far, and just about 3:45 left. Defensive battle here in the second half.
Yeah, it seems like both teams are kind of understanding the fact that they're pretty well matched here, and it's really just a possession-by-possession game here.
It was a nice rip by Zach Gibbons from a left side over the left-handed pull. Bounce shot. bounced it right off the post, and Bedford gets control of the loose ball.
Some good transition here. Going over to Giroux. Let's see if Bedford can take advantage of this.
Now, Hubie, ill-advised shot here. So you're 17 yards out, and maybe you can call it a possession shot, but Maniello might want to settle that down, look for a little bit closer in shot.
I'm somewhat okay with that shot. I feel like if you have a couple of attackmen behind the net, I think that's like you said, a possession shot. I think that's sort of a cliche statement, but sometimes when you see that you have backup back there, it's really important to take that shot.
Giroux goes to his left and finds the net.
Great shot.
Left-handed pull, finds the lower right-hand corner. Tough one for Azoria to catch up to, and Bedford finally breaks that scoreless third quarter open with a goal by Giroux, his 4th in a row.
Yeah, that was a nice high-to-low shot there by Giroux. I definitely think that he understood when the slide was coming, and he wanted to get that out of his stick as quickly as possible. And I thought that was really good, high percentage, high-to-low shot, left-handed.
7-2 with 2:49 left in the third. We go back to the face-off X, and we're going to have an early movement on Salem. So Bleakley's going to pick it up there at the X. Press it into the offensive zone, step it in, and dump it to his attackman, Arbusto.
So here's the time, Corey, that going back to what I was saying earlier, that, good times for nice long possession here. You got 7-2 with 2:28 here to go in the third quarter. Nice long possession. Perhaps get the last shot. Really important in this kind of a game. Set yourself up for the fourth quarter.
Hard drive by Toscano to his left hand, spins it back up top.
In the middle.
Find an attackman right off crease, but he dumps it out to Maniello. Back behind to Krevling. Exchanges with Arbusto, who's going to his left a couple different times. Pulls one. Ooh. Misses near side, but they back it up to keep the ball.
Yeah, the Bedford got lucky on that one, that Krevling was behind the net, because he was definitely going the opposite way. Those are the kind of situations that you don't want to have those kind of shots. Krevling inside
Good
tight.
Save. Azoria was able to make the save, but Salem runs it out. Jackson Burns is able to back up the shot to get possession for Salem. So
great hustle by Burns. Definitely great hustle. Looks like he's just going to athlete himself up the way.
Is that a verb? Athlete?
Absolutely, for this kind of guy.
Nice job on the clear by Jackson Burns. Well done. The long stick is able to clear it all the way from deep in his own end, get it out through midfield. And now we're going to have a streaking midfielder. Alex Weston is able to pull but misses the cage. They back it up and keep the ball in this offensive end for Salem.
I feel like Weston just, he had about 5 steps that he could have taken more to improve his angle for his shot, and he didn't take that. Going to have to learn about that.
It's good face dodge by Paul Antonietti. Got by the first defender. The slide, though, was late after the shot, and we're going to get an unnecessary roughness penalty on Andrew Twite for a high or late hit, one or the other.
Yeah, I was a little high on that one, Corey. A little high on that one.
And Salem's going to go back on the man up. 3-3 set. They're going to try to string it here again with Jack Grogan covering the crease man. He's going to try to get out to number 8, Zach Gibbons, who's top center. We'll see how this develops.
You got Forens with the rock here right now. Let's get it up top.
Ooh, shaky first pass.
I think the Blue Devils definitely need to lock in here. Need to get a goal here.
Ball's on the ground. Bedford does a nice job to continue the scrum here. Fox picks it up and fires it down the other end of the field.
That's a smart play by Fox, definitely. When you're in a man-down situation, get it over the line.
They're trying to kill some time off here. Ferentz is able to draw another penalty.
Ooh.
Looks like we might have
tripping here.
Nobody fell down, but they're going to call a trip, and then another flag comes in from the backside.
There's all sorts of laundry on this field, Corey. Wow.
We're at the laundromat here.
My goodness.
Dirty laundry everywhere.
Oof.
2 men are being sent off. Wow. Now, Bedford's put themselves in a precarious situation here, so
Going to need to
they're going to
unravel
want
this one.
another long pole to come out. Looks like they're going to exchange sticks. So Grogan's going to go to the side and grab a long pole.
Do we have anything locked in here? Oh, it is
Yes,
locked in here.
there's
Yes,
a
it
locked
is.
in penalty. So must have been an unsportsmanlike, rough play off the side. We see a couple umbrellas coming up, so the mist might be getting heavier out there.
Yeah, so for the unlocked situation here, Corey, for a penalty with a locked situation, that means that the Bedford Blue Devils can actually score. I'm sorry, the Salem Blue Devils can actually score here, and they can get the ball back, which is very, very important. So that means that their penalty is not going to be released if they get a goal, which is usually the circumstances. If you actually, in lacrosse, get a goal, you usually get that thing released.
So I
here's
see
an
right
opportunity.
away here, Bedford's in a triangle. As their 3 defenders are out here, they're going to want to keep that a lot tighter and give up an outside shot, rely on your goalie.
6-on-3 here, Corey.
6-on-3, and it's a quick goal
That's
on the
a quick goal.
backside. Nice look by Ferentz to the backside to Alex Weston. And you get a 6-on-3. If you don't score, that's trouble. So,
Well, we're at a pretty pivotal point here in the game here, Corey. We've got 25 seconds left here in the third quarter. We've got a locked-in penalty. That was very easy for the Blue Devils to score. And it looks like if they can get the possession here on the following face-off, they can basically make it take it here. So
Michael Ferentz looked backside to Weston, who was able to cash on the doorstep. Unfortunately, Fox couldn't keep up to him and get his stick across. That 6-on-3 situation turns into a goal. So we're going to have a man down face here. Man down face. We used to be able to pull attackers up from the offensive end and make it an even situation in the midfield, but they're not allowing that anymore. Now, Bedford's ball here, and they ran away from it. There must have been a procedure call on Salem.
yeah,
So
it looks like there was a procedure call against number 13, Kyle Willett. Looks like he was a little too quick on the trigger.
So Bedford's going to try to kill off the rest of this penalty that was non-releasable. Toscano's getting double teamed in the midfield with 2 long sticks, but he's able to pass across and find Arbusto, make a nice cut to the ball. And again, we have a man-up, man-down situation at the end of the quarter. Third quarter runs out. Bedford retains possession, so they should be able to kill off the rest of this non-releasable penalty. 7-3 at the end of 3 here. Bedford High School winning. Hopefully they can take that into the fourth quarter here and continue to keep that margin the same. Hubie, I'm ready for the sun to come out.
Is it March or is it April? Oh, I forgot. It's May.
May. Teams are regrouping here. A very quiet scoring third quarter. Only 1 goal by each team. Giroux for Bedford was able to sting the lower right-hand corner on a nice drive with his left-handed shot. And Weston again on that 6-on-3 situation. Very unusual thing for the lacrosse teams to be playing 6-on-3, but Bedford was not necessarily keeping their sticks to themselves and made a couple of silly penalties there.
Yeah, again, going back to some of the things I was saying before, you definitely don't want to make one mistake and turn it into 2, especially by running your mouth. That's really imperative.
Do you have any experience in that, Mr. Brian Hubert?
No, never. It's just really important. If the officials are saying anything, again, sportsmanship, keep your mouth shut. It's about the coaches making some sort of remark to the referees. But the officials are out there doing their job out in the soggy, wet, disgusting weather, and you can't be talking back to them. So that's why Bedford is now, they were down by 3 men. Looks to me as though they are
still down one, Brian, and they're going to look to kill off this penalty here at the start of the fourth quarter. 12 minutes remaining here. Giroux for Bedford is going to pick the ball up again. They retain possession at the end of the quarter, and they're going to try to spin it around the offensive end, probably get it behind and kill it into one of the corners until they get their 6th man back. And now, obviously, Salem's going to come out and try to double it right away, so you're going to look for your quickest midfielder or attackman to try to just run away from pressure. And
6-on-5 here. Looks like number 9, Giroux, is running around the horn.
Going on a 5K here. He's going to just circle his wagons for a little bit and wait for his teammate to come back in on the released penalty. The double comes.
Here's a good opportunity for both Bosworth and number 3, Jackson Burns, to try to do a double team here.
A good call by Joe Hansmeyer to take a timeout. He saw that Giroux was out of gas here at midfield. It's a good job to kill off 25 more seconds on the penalty. I didn't get how much time was remaining, but it can't be too much further on that non-releasable penalty for Bedford to gain 6 players back onto the field and get back to even strength lacrosse play.
Yeah, Corey, I think they've got less than 20 seconds on that last penalty here. But again, going into the fourth, we've got 7-3 here, Bedford Bulldogs, 11:35 left in the fourth. I think it's really imperative for the Salem Blue Devils to try to establish some offense here, maybe establish a little bit more discipline on the offensive side, working around the horn, try to get some good opportunities, try to get some good matchups, and take your man one-on-one. Same thing for the Bedford Bulldogs. I definitely think there's some people on the midfield side that are really good dodgers and have the opportunity to take their men. I think it's really important to get those good matchups and make it count.
Game of momentum here, too. So we'll see who gets the first one on the board in the fourth quarter. 4 goals can come very quickly in a lacrosse game. We saw 5 in the first quarter for Bedford, and it's been a little bit quiet the last 2 quarters with 1 in the second and 1 in the third. But again, that momentum can change very quickly, and goals can come very quickly.
I believe they used to describe lacrosse as the fastest game on 2 feet when we were kids, Corey, right?
Hubie, I had a sticker. I don't know where it was, but I'm sure you had the same one that said the fastest game on 2 feet.
Used to say, friends don't let friends play baseball. Just saying.
So Toscano is going to take the ball and run away from 2 long sticks, trying to kill that penalty again. He's going to run away from the pressure and get people to fall down. Oh, we're going to have a push from behind.
Push from behind. That's what happens when you're chasing sticks.
Stick high up in his face, but they're going to call that a brush, inadvertent contact. Some unhappy fans wanted a call there, but it looked like it was just an inadvertent contact and maybe just a brush. So Coder is going to...
It's going to be even strength pretty soon here. I think we are at even strength, right? No, not
good change of directions behind by Busto. He's able to keep avoiding that pressure, this double team. Now we're going to have another penalty. So there's a lot of laundry out here, Hubie. I mean, laundromat, we got, it's laundry day in the Hubert household.
I'm counting about 3 flags here, and unfortunately that's a telltale sign of undisciplined play.
Do you think Mr. Lund has any more in his pocket? Is he going to have to throw his hat or something?
He's going to have to throw his hat or throw something else here.
So Krevling's trying to run this out. Still, actually, we're even strength at this moment.
Yeah, even strength. We're just going to need to have the ball get down on the turf here. We're going to have Salem pick it up in order for this, all these penalties to start counting here. But it looks like Bedford's going to take advantage of all the laundry on the field here. We got number 24.
Maniello is able to get it behind to Krevling, who's going to dangle at X and see what he can find from cutters.
Krevling looks like he wants to take his man here.
He had a nice inside roll earlier.
Here. So he's got a good matchup. Looks like he's feels pretty confident about going against number 18 here, Dominic Passy.
Spins it back around for Troyer. Goes to his left, drives high. Question mark, there it is. Good shot, but couldn't finish. But a nice backup by Krevling.
Ooh.
Makes a pass up into the infield. Oh.
Yep.
So over and back.
Over and back, it's going to be a immediate stop and play. I definitely think number 16, Alex Troyer, he's got a really good question mark. He just needs to be a little bit more goal line extended in order for that to work there, meaning that he needs to get a little bit more above there. I would like to see him around the 25-yard line and then come back and make that shot.
So we've chatted about it a couple of times, that question mark move. The attackman drives high and then spins around to their opposite hand down towards the goal line extended. So it makes the form of a question mark. and it's a popular move by attackmen or midfielders driving from behind to get to a free-hand type shot. And as you mentioned, they've been able to take advantage of that a couple different times. Alex Troyer in particular has liked that move throughout the game and has gotten a couple good shots off, but the shots have been errant. So Bedford goes on the man up here, 6-on-5. See if they can get a goal.
See what their EMO can do here. Got it up top. Moving it down the side. Moving it back behind X.
Right-handed drive, finds
It's gonna
top
skip
right.
Pass. One more skip pass, so it's got to be a shot.
There it is. Time and space, and Max Maniello buries on a bouncer. Gets past Josh Ozaria for the 8th goal on the afternoon for Bedford. And it's 8-3 with 9 minutes left.
That's a good time and space goal there, Corey. I think it's very important when you have that much time to do a nice, a good, very high capacity, high to low shot right between the legs. Josh Rosario had no chance.
So back to the face-off X. We have Bleakley against Ouellette. And this possession could be a key one for the rest of the way. 5-goal lead.
I think they could put
8-3.
the nail in the coffin here if they get this right now.
Bedford picks up this ground ball. They get a nice long possession, and that could spell doom. So we have a withholding here on Salem. Oh, excuse me, kicking through the cross, it looked like.
The cross, yeah.
So
It's a good play by number 13, Kyle Ouellette, on the Salem Blue Devil side.
Will Earners is out there peppering their midfielder, number 12, Spencer Dean, trying to get that ball on the ground and up and out the other way.
I think it's go time right now for Salem. Oh,
Ooh.
that's a great shot.
Antonietti sails one just high on a nice right-handed rip, but can't cash quite yet. So Salem backs it up. They'll keep the ball with Ferentz behind. Drives left-handed. Looks on a nice back. Wow.
Great.
Nice backdoor cut, but a great save by Fox. That was a nice play. And is able to stone them on the door. Joe Calabrese was there, made a nice catch, but couldn't finish. And Bedford's looking to clear. The normal short stick,
It's
Andrew
good man
Twite.
ball. Good man ball by number 17, Michael Ferentz. Good man ball. We got some more laundry back here on the field here. We got another flag here.
More.
Say they're just flag happy for this game. Must be the rain. It looks like the Salem Blue Devils are going to go up 2 here with 7:53 here left in the 4th quarter. It's 8-3 Bedford Bulldogs.
Now, Brian, I have to call out Jack Grogan, make a nice recognition on that loose ball. The first flag went down. They looked goal line extended. Salem had an attacker. I couldn't quite catch the number, but they had an attacker, goal line extended, and Grogan made a nice recovery to get back to him and prevent an easy goal. It looked like it was Joe Calabrese back there who could have had a very easy one-on-one, but they were able to kill it and get the ball on the ground and get that stoppage.
Yeah, I have to say, Salem Blue Devils are actually moving the ball extremely well, especially through X. And Matthew Fox, the goalie for the Bedford Bulldogs, is doing an extremely good job watching and seeing all of that traffic there. What a save.
So 6-on-4 after 2 penalties are called on the Bedford Bulldogs. And we saw 6-on-3 earlier. It's tough to guard 6 guys with only 4 out there on the field. So we should look for Salem to get a relatively wide open shot. And we'll see if the goalie can make a save, see if Fox can come up with another Stonewall.
Right there, number 12, shot.
There it is, left-handed. Ferentz coming around.
Ferentz got to shoot that right away.
Maniella. Nice save by Antonietti,
save.
or excuse me, by Fox on Antonietti. He's made that face dodge a few different times and gotten by that first defender coming out, but Fox makes a great play to make the save, but then doesn't get out of his crease in time. So 4 seconds expires. He's only got 4 seconds once he makes the save and gains possession, and he did not step out of his crease in time. It might have been a better play to what we call Gilman the ball, or just chuck it down the other end to waste a couple more seconds off of this.
Nope.
Errant pass inside, and it was tipped by Bedford, so Salem's going to keep the ball And Alex Weston will bring it in from the goalie's goal line extended on his right side.
Yeah, just to make a quick observation here, Corey, I find that in the high school game that a lot of times that people don't just shoot right away, which you'll see in the college levels, especially in the D1 levels. As soon as you get that ball, it's imperative that you shoot that ball as quick as possible because the goal is, again, out of position, out of rotation. That's where you're going to get the quick goals.
A disappointing errant pass here by Salem. Unfortunately, they can't capitalize on the 6-on-4 quite yet.
The riding is going to be imperative here, Corey. And there's an errant pass.
Another errant pass. Fox throws it out of bounds on the right side over by the substitution box. And that's going to be a turnover. Salem's going to pick that ball back up. And the penalties look to be released, and we're even up Lacrosse. Good ride on that sideline over there, but it's going to be a trip.
I don't agree with that one,
Ayers.
Corey. I don't agree with that one whatsoever. I think that the officials seem to be a little bit laundry friendly right now. They're just throwing these flags way too much. That was a really good lacrosse play right there. I think that was very aggressive on the Bedford Bulldogs side, and I don't agree with that one whatsoever.
Well, Enners made a nice ding-dong check. Got to stick out in front of the Salem player, came back down on his hands, but unfortunately his stick continued through. And we're going to get a tripping penalty. 30 seconds. And Salem once again goes back on the Pico power play. Just kidding. It's man up.
So Salem seems to keep getting these favors to them, and we really they need to start counting them, putting the ball in the back of the bucket.
Great pick there
Great
by
pick.
number 3, Ryan Fox. Nice play with his stick. Was able to pick off that pass on the look from Ferent's backside. They get the ball down, and Fox comes out of his crease this time. Makes the pass into the middle. Grogan's able to do a nice job with that ball. It was at his feet, but he's able to scoop up the ground ball and show some wheels through midfield.
That's a great clear by Grogan. It's really important, especially when you're man down, to be able to get that ball and just running up the field.
We're going to get another slashing call here. These refs don't want this game to get out of control, so Toscano made a nice dodge. There was a wraparound check, but stick got out of control, and we're going to have another 1-minute penalty to be served, this time on Salem.
They're calling it tight here, Corey, today. And again, just to remind everyone, all of our listeners, it's 5:23 left in the fourth quarter. 8-3, Bedford Bulldogs over the Salem Blue Devils. Looks like we're going to have another penalty here for the Salem Blue Devils.
Looks like they have a man too many, too, so that might be another penalty. So they have a slash, and they actually have an extra guy out there, so we'll see if the refs call that as well.
Looks like they've
Or
got
it's an
7
offside.
guys.
It's an offside.
Yeah, all right, it's offside.
So, yep. So that should be a second penalty.
I'm not sure if the first penalty was an offsides.
Okay. We'll see how this plays out. So they're still looking to kill as much time on the clock before they actually initiate the penalty. So you can see Bedford taking their
It's not
jolly
hurting
old
Bedford
time.
whatsoever, the fact that they have 7 guys on this field, because no one's going after the actual player itself. No one's going after the ball carrier whatsoever. So it doesn't hurt Bedford at
Ball
all.
down on the ground. And we have some fans trying to call the game as well.
Got some fans trying to call
There
the
is a
games.
flag down. And we're going to have that man up for the Bedford Bulldogs. And they're going to go 2 down because I think we have a slash for 1 minute and an offsides for 30 seconds. So Bedford's going to have a 6-on-4 now. Salem's going to want to try to keep that nice tight box. It's always good to have a nice tight box. And we'll see if Bedford can capitalize on this 6-on-4 to spread that out to a 6-goal lead. 4.5 left here in the fourth quarter. Bedford up 8-3. And they're going on a man-up, a 6-on-4 opportunity.
It looks like Bedford's doing a 1-4-1 here, which is you got one midfielder up top. You got midfielders and attackmen spanning 4 guys in the middle of the field. I'm sorry, in the middle of the offensive end. And you have 1 attacker on the backside. And what that does, Corey, is it makes a nice diamond. You make 2 individuals in the middle that are nice cutters. It's a very, very popular offense. Good
Sales
shot
one
by number
It was 14, Arbusto.
14, Amusto.
Can't cash. And I was mistaken there. I thought they were calling 2 penalties. They were actually only calling 1, a 30-second offside. So we're back to 6-on-6 play.
6-on-6, 3:42 here left in the fourth quarter. 8-3 Bedford Bulldogs over the Salem Blue Devils. Got number 24 for the Bedford Blue Devils, Max Manillo with the ball, going down low. Number 20, Max Cusio. Up to number 9, Jonathan Giroux. Giroux's had about 4 goals here today, taking it down the left-hand side.
4 is right. Hat trick +1. He's going to fiddle and diddle, as Johnny Most used to say. And
Ooh.
goes high to high, and Ozaria makes a nice save.
Nice save, Ozaria.
But a good play here.
It's a good challenge
Ball
at
out.
the midfield by the Bedford Bulldogs. Looks like the Salem Blue Devils were able to pick up that ground ball by number 19, Joseph Calabrese. Calabrese coming around the corner. Calabrese got to get himself a better angle coming around that backside.
1 or 2 more steps higher, he's going to have a better angle on the goal. He beat Jernak, but couldn't get high enough to give himself the angle, give himself a better opportunity.
Salem's got to do themselves a favor here and have a really good ride in order to get that ball back. Very imperative with 2:48 left here in the fourth quarter.
Long pass by Hutchins, complete to Coder. They're able to settle it down. They've stepped it in the box. And now they're going to want to make sure they take the air out. 2.5 left here, 5-goal lead. You'll see a very deliberate approach by the Bulldogs on the offensive end, unless you give it to Toscano, who's going to take a shot. Chased out by Kochanek, and they're able to keep possession. Feeds the middle, and nice rip shot in the middle by Arbusto. That's a stinger in the top right corner.
Rope.
He's got rope.
Arbusto.
As Kesnick would used to tell us.
He's got some frozen rope there, upper 90.
Great finish, left-handed inside,
Bar
off
down.
the crease.
Arbusto from number 20, Dennis Kuchnet.
Well done by the Bedford Bulldogs there. Only took about 20 seconds off the clock, but again, they were able to cash and extend the lead. 2:19 left here in the fourth quarter. Back to the face-off X, and Twite was able to pick it up, but he's checked there. Ball goes back on the ground.
It's a good 50-50 ball
There you
here.
go. Played the body, got it out. Enders can't handle, but we're going to have a push on Salem. It goes to Bedford, and they're going to start quickly.
I don't agree with that. I think
That seemed like a soft call. I agree with
think
you.
That's a very soft call by Lund.
I don't know. Tim Lund has made a couple of questionable calls during this game, but
I 100% agree with you on that one, Corey. I feel like he's not letting the boys play here.
we could take it up with him at a different point in time. Toscano up top is going to, we'll see, maybe be deliberate, or maybe he's going to drive and try to take a shot. We'll see.
I think in this point of the season, I think Toscano just needs to go green light right to the goal.
Spins it around behind, and Giroux takes a
Oh.
shot. Wow.
He's got rope. Giroux, top 90.
Nice play by Giroux to get time and space. 1.5 minutes left. And we have a flag. I missed a flag. Oh, and it's being waved off. Never mind. So it looked like we had a flag. It was waved off, and Bedford takes a 10-3 lead with 1:33 left, and they're starting to build on that lead.
Yeah, Giroux seems to be feeling it today. That was, as I was telling you earlier, it's really important when you get the ball to let it fly as quick as possible. And he got that pass from the backside. Beautiful feed, and he put it right there, top 90 real quick. Very nicely done.
So Bedford's 10th goal, Giroux's 5th goal, and he's had a nice day on the offensive end with some drives, some time and space shots, picking some corners.
It was a good win there by Alex Bleakley.
Passes over to Alan Galowitz, but he cannot get a shot on goal, but it's backed up there by Brett Krevling to keep possession. 1:23 left in the fourth quarter.
Craig Willingham, is he?
Tries a nice box fake, but doesn't get the defenseman to bite. Jared White did a nice job to stay body position there.
Top side, number 7, Bell Stoughton.
Stoughton Bell.
Stoughton Bell, sorry. Stoughton Bell.
Good defense there by Jackson Burns, able to get that turnover. The Czech got the ball on the ground, and then he battled for the ground ball. Now he's looking to clear. Under a minute to play. Salem on the clear.
It's important for Salem to get at least one more goal here. We've got some horses. Should be coming down.
Anthony Yeti is looking. You might see that face dodge come again. Gets it back up top to Spencer Dean. 30 seconds to play. Nice check there.
It's a great check.
Get the ball on the ground by Brian Greer. Trail check, that's one of those uh-oh checks where the guys beat you, but you still are able to get your stick in, make a nice check, and get the ball on the ground. So Ferentz picks it up for Salem after a loose ball.
It's a good
Bounce
take by
shot.
number 17, Michael Ferentz.
Bounce shot goes over the net. Salem keeps control of the ball on a backup. $15 to go. Alex Weston from up top. See if they can get another one here. Dodges to his right. Bounce shot. Save by Fox. There's a scrum out to his right. Ground ball picked up. And we're going to have a loose ball hold on Bedford. And that's going to just about do it with only a half a second left. Salem needs to just shoot, but they're not going to score a 7-point goal here.
I think Michael Ferentz just needs to let it rip right now. You got 0.5 seconds left, and I've got pretty good confidence here in Matthew Fox to save this. There it is.
20-yard shot saved by Matthew Fox. He had a great job, a great day in net. Several stones on his doorstep. Nice job by him. The Bedford defense held Salem to only 3 goals. 5 goals on the day by Giroux. Had plenty enough offense. And the Bedford Bulldogs will take this one 10-3 on a beautiful Friday afternoon in May. Hubie, I really appreciate you joining me in the box. Any last thoughts from you?
Yeah, I think, again, it's we're in kind of the middle of the season here. Both teams have a great opportunity to make it to the postseason. Very strong outing by the Bedford Bulldogs on a very wet, dreary day here. But overall, I think it was a good day of lacrosse, good tilt here, and pleasure being in the box here with you, Corey.
So Bedford moves to 3-6 on the season. Salem falls to 0-7. It's going to be a tough one to make the playoffs for them. Bedford does a nice job of getting themselves back in the mix, and we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. Signing off here from Bedford High School. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the day.